Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankara-Acharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalasphatitakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Hayagrivaya Namaha. Om Shri Vallabha Sameta Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. We were discussing Ramanuja's objection that if you only cognize san matram, that means existence alone, through your pratyaksha pramana, even through sense perception, then you cannot distinguish between two things. The bheda or the distinguishing factors or differences itself will not be cognized if we say that perception is only revealing existence alone. Sanmatra avagahitve pratyakshena bhedasya agrihitatvat kim iti ashwarthim mahishadarshanena nivartate iti. So if pratyaksha is only revealing existence alone, then the one who wants to buy a horse will not return back after seeing a buffalo. Or you can say that means basically you are not able to distinguish between buffalo and horse, or he can even buy the buffalo as horse because he is not able to distinguish. Whichever way we can take it, basically the point is that you cannot cognize any differences. But even this has been answered, we say, because we accept differences in vyavahara. That is the important thing. See, the most confusions are coming because of mixing up of the levels of reality. The paramarthika and vyavaharika, satyam mithya, this has to be very clear. So most of these objections and confusions are coming because people are mixing up paramarthika and vyavaharika. So nobody is saying that one cannot cognize difference, or difference is not appearing, we are not saying. Differences are appearing. In spite of the appearance of difference, Advaitam Satyam is there, is the Siddhanta, correct? So with reference to that, what we are saying is, even really speaking, Pratyaksha, if you have to consider as a pramana, that it reveals valid knowledge, then we can only say that Pratyaksha reveals existence alone, because of course existence is revealed in each and every cognition, because everything you have to know as is only. This is the only thing which is there invariably in each and every cognition. Whether you say pot is and you break the pot, then you can say shards are there. You powder the shard, then also you can say there is clay is there. And further you take the clay and look under microscope, you can say atom molecules are there, atoms are there, subatomic particles are there, whatever, quarks are there. But everywhere it is quarks is, atom is, neutron, proton, electron is, everything is only. Is alone, and finally you have to say observer is, because the quantum system has to be collapsed by the observer. It all comes back to Atma only. Atma is, that isness of Atma alone, conditioned by the Vishaya, is known even by Pratyaksha. That is the Siddhanta. That doesn't mean that at a macro level, one does not see the differences, correct? If I say, for example, if a quantum physicist says that atomic level, everything is proton, electron and neutron alone, only three things are there, then somebody cannot question, correct? Then what are you saying, that there is no difference in the world, then everything is the same, only three things are there? I see 300,000 things, or 3 million things, 3 billion things I can see here. How can you say there are only three? Now, nobody is denying the perception of differences at the macro level, correct? That is the Vyavahara. But when you look at the truth, when you do Vichara, analyze and look at it, then there is only three or there is only one if you go to the observer, correct? So that is the point here. So here sometimes I feel like people are so attached to some preconceived notions that they don't want to see. Even if you explain certain things very clearly to them, they don't want to see, in fact. Okay. So, anyway, here, this particular point is important. So, what we say in this context, you can see here, yatha chakshisha pratyakshena idam amshe grihitepi. Or before that only I have to say, correct? Pratyakshena pramanena sanmatre grihyamanepi avidyaka pramana abhasena ghutapatadi dvaitasyapi grihymanatva. So what we say, the pratyaksha pramana is revealing only the isness, the existence. Even though we say like that, but there is the avidya vritti is there. Pratyaksha pramana is creating the pramana vritti in the mind. But there is an avidya vritti. That is the avidyaka pramana abhasa we say. That's why. Because we cannot call it a pramana or prama, correct? Whatever is appearing due to avidya is really an abhasa or a distortion. It's an erroneous cognition only. So he is not. So for pratyaksha, he is saying pratyakshena pramanena. But for avidya, he is saying avidyaka pramana abhasena. So the word abhasa is brought here. Abhasa here can be understood as distortion. So due to the from the avidyaka is from avidya. Okay, due to avidya, the pramana abhasa is there. Okay, whatever is happening there, it is basically a distortion. And because of that, gatapatadi dvaitasyapi grihyamanatvatiti. So because of that only you are seeing gata and pata, etc. So that is only due to avidya. So like even we are saying what yatha chakshusha pratyakshena idam amshe grihitepi avidyaka pramana abhasena sarpasyapi grahanat bhitya purushaha palayate tadvatiti. So like even when you see the rope snake, the idam amsha of the rope alone is cognized really by the chakshus or the eye. So the pratyaksha pramana is revealing this. But this is snake. That snake portion of that is due to avidya. So the avidya distorts whatever this is and projects the snake. And once you see the snake, what? Then you want to run away from there, correct? Purusha palayate, you are afraid, you want to run away. Like that, also every other pratyaksha is also like that only we say. Okay, so now continuing what? Yeduktam Ramanujena prati samvedanam veda abhyubhagamat pratyakshasya vishishtartha vishayatvam eva apatitam iti tadasat. Okay, what Ramanuja has said, he has said that prati samvedanam means each and every cognition. Each and every cognition itself is revealing only differences or bheda. Okay. So bheda abhyubhagama. So we accept bheda in each and every cognition because each cognition is different. In fact, this also can be put as an argument. What? Because the lakshana of jnana is what? Anadigatam. We also say that jnana should reveal something new to you. It has to be anadigatam. If it is anadigatam, then it is something different from whatever adhigatam, correct? So, Veda Abhyubhagama is there in each and every cognition, even that way. That means each and every cognition is revealing to you something which is qualified by a particular qualification. That is what he is saying. Vishishtartha Vishayatvam eva apatitam. So, from each and every cognition, what you cognize or know is that something which is qualified by a particular qualification. Since it is qualified by only a particular qualification or characterized by a particular quality, then it is different from all other things. And the next cognition, if it is revealing to you something else, which is qualified or characterized by another quality, then each and every cognition is really revealing Veda only. Correct? That has to be accepted. Now, so that's what it leads to, he's saying. Apatitam means. So, but that is also not true. Tad asat. Why? The Veda is due to Upadhi, not, it is not the Vastu. Understand that. So, Upadhi Vedena Vedad Eva Samvedana Bhedaha Natu Swataha. So, there is no different Vastu. The entity is one on alone, which is appearing as many. Okay. So, that is what we have to understand. There is really only one entity which may appear as many. So, that being the case, there is no confusion here. Just because many things are appearing, you cannot say that they are really there. That is the point here. So, that is being explained here. Yatha gatadi upadhikrita yeva gagana bhedaha natu swataha tadvat. So, the akasha or space is only one, but you can see it as many different spaces, because each part space or each room space is space, and it looks as though it is divided, but the division is purely based on the upadhi or the conditioning factor. By itself, the space can never be divided, or it is not divisible. It's an indivisible entity because it is sukshma, it is subtle. If space itself is like that, then what to say about Brahman? In fact, that is why Atma also is indivisible, correct? Atma is indivisible, is our experience. It is the most intimately experienced reality, is that I am an indivisible whole. The sense of I, even though I have the sense of I even on body mind sense complex, and body mind sense complex itself is having so many parts, but still the I sense is a partless whole, correct? Because just because you lose one leg, you don't become three-fourth I. Nobody has that feeling, or even law does not recognize it like that, correct? Even the human made laws doesn't say that if you kill somebody without a leg, then you will get only three-fourth the punishment, because he is only 75% human being. Nobody says that. So human being, any being is recognized as a partless whole only, not only by law, but your own experience is that we are always a partless whole. That's the reality. And that partless whole cannot have any division in it and all that. And any division which you are cognizing other than you, it is all only mithya. It's only an appearance. It has no reality really. So you cannot say that all these things are there really. So here what? Tathacha jnana bhedasya pramanikatvat pratyakshasya vishishtartha vishayatvam. So we don't accept that pratyaksha reveals something which is qualified by a quality. That qualified by a quality part is the avidya. Pratyaksha reveals only sanmatram, existence alone. Upahita, the existence conditioned by a particular vishaya, we have to say. Upahita chaitanyam, that to the sadamsha alone is revealed by pratyaksha. Okay. Now what? Again, another point is coming. Nacha evam sarvesham samvedananam eka vishayatayam eke naiva samvedanena ashesha grahanat andha badiradi abhavascha prasajyete iti vachyam. Okay. So if you say in this manner that pratyaksha is revealing only existence, then why do we even require all these other cognitions? This is another question. So sarvesham samvedananam eka vishayatayam. So all cognitions are revealing only one thing, which is existence. Okay. So then everything is only one means, then what is the point? Nobody can even be blind are deaf and all that, correct? Whether you see something or whether you hear something, only the existence alone is revealed by that means. There won't be any differences also, like this fellow is blind or this fellow is deaf, etc. Because everybody is only cognizing one thing, which is sanmatram. So that being the case, all these differences and all will not be there. You cannot say that. That's why we say it is upadhikrita. So this point again, they don't get it. So anyway, when they ask that, what we say, you cannot ask that. Na vachyam. Why? Kim tvam jnana ekatvam bravishi yadva jnana avachedaka vritti nanatvam. So now we ask a question. See, you are saying the knowledge or cognition itself is one. Always the same thing is there, or you accept that this jnanam, because sat is nothing but chit, correct? Sat and chit are not two different things. It is one entity. So that jnana itself is conditioned. Okay, avachedaka is there. Jnana avachedaka vritti nanatvam. So the conditioner of this jnanam is the avachedaka, correct? That which conditions, that is the vritti. The manovritti is the one which is conditioning this jnanam, because in the manovritti the jnana manifests, we say, like even the space manifests in the pot space, correct? Pot is the conditioner. So jnana avachedaka vritti jnanatvam. So we are saying there are many pots are there, fine. That doesn't mean there is many space, correct? Although you can do vyavahara as pot space and even say that this pot space is 5 liter, another pot space is 10 liter and all that. That doesn't prove that the space itself is many. So, what do you say? We are asking. You say there is only one jnanam, or there are many vritti which are conditioning or qualifying this jnanam. Adye, okay. What? Okay, sorry. The first option is not jnana ekatvam, jnana anekatvam. I read it wrongly, I think. So, do you say the jnana, the cognition itself is of many, or basically there is one jnanam which is conditioned by many vrittis? If you say jnana itself is aneka, jnana anekatvam, if you say adye, then what? Satyam jnanam anantam brahma ekameva dvitiyam iti shruti Karahatam tava vachanam. So if you say that, then you are going against the Shruti vachanas. It says Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Ekameva Dvitiyam, etc. But if you accept the second, correct, that is our Ishtapati. Dvitiye Ishtapati. So it is desirable to us. Why? Vishaya Bhedadinam Vrittinam Nanatva. So we also accept that the vrittis are many, but the consciousness which is manifesting in that vritti is one and the same. Okay. The consciousness which is conditioned by that vritti is one. So that is the Siddhanta. Therefore, what tatacha tattat vishaya akara vritya tattat vishaya avabhasam iti adoshaha. So there is no defect here. Why? Because each vishaya is cognized by that vishayakara vritti. But that doesn't make that there are many existences or there are many consciousnesses. That is not the point there. Correct? Each vishaya is revealed by that Vishayakara vritti. Okay. Nacha sarva api vrittihi sanmatra vishaya eva iti tvaya uktam iti vachyam. Okay, now they come back and say, you only said that every cognition is only revealing sanmatra. So all vrittis are only sanmatra vritti, means where is the difference? Where are those different Vishayakara vrittis? Like this they are asking. That you cannot ask. Why we said only pramana vritti is sanmatra, correct? So he is saying pramana vrittihi eva sanmatra vishaya natu avidya vrittihi iti uktatvat, but avidya vritti is many. Avidya is the one which is projecting nanatvam. So we only said the pramana vritti is sanmatra vishaya. Pramana vritti is revealing only existence alone, but the avidya vritti is many, and it is revealing all these different vishayas. Because of avidya alone, all these vishayakara vritti are there. Or we can give another. kind of explanation. What yadva chakshurindriya dwara nirgata anthakarana vritti rupadhyasa adhishtana chaitanyam eva vyapnoti natu rasadi adhishtana chaitanyam iti niyamasya darshitatvat iti. Or we can say what this chakshurindriya is revealing what it is revealing what nirgata antakarana vritti rupa adhyasa adhishtana chaitanyam. So the chaitanya is the adhishtana for each and every cognition. That is the basis, correct? But then that on that adhishtana chaitanya, rupa adhyasa is there, and that rupa adhyasa creates a vritti in the antakarana, or that rupa adhyasa itself is nothing but antakarana vritti rupa also we can say. Okay. And because of that, that only the chakshu is creating basically in the antakarana. Okay. Chakshurindriya dwara. Using the chakshurindriya, you are creating a rupa adhyasa, antakarana vritti in the mind. So the mind gets that. And then that vritti is now it is pervaded by consciousness, or consciousness manifests there, or it is conditioned by that vritti, whichever way you want to like put it, you can put it. So the Chaitanya pervades or manifests there. Similarly, what rasa, taste. Again, Chaitanyam is the adhisthana, but there is a rasa adhyasa, or there is a shabda adhyasa, correct? Or there is a fragrance is there. So that fragrance is again superimposed on the Chaitanyam, and that fragrance vritti is there in the mind, and there the consciousness manifests. So like this, each indriya can only produce a particular kind of adhyastha vritti. So based on that niyama also, there differences are there, we can say. But the difference is purely adhyastha. It is all superimposed. It is not real. Okay, this has been already discussed. That how, in fact, they asked it as a question, how can each indriya only show its own vishaya? If you say sanmatra alone is revealed, means we say that that is because that's how it is. Why it is revealing only that, nobody can. The same question I can ask you, correct? So in that niyama we cannot say anything, but the explanation we are giving is what, that this whatever the indriya through that you are seeing, either you have to say that indriya itself is revealing only the adhyastha vastu along with the conditioned chaitanya, or we say the conditioned chaitanya alone is revealed and the adhyastha is totally only avidya vritti. Whichever way you explain it, but we have to clearly understand here that the bheda and all the nana vishayas are all adhyastha. They are not there really. The only entity which is there is the sadvastu. So this has been also explained. Whichever way you like, you take it. Okay. Then further what? Kincha jnanam nirvishayam taccha ekam iti vadantam prati संवेदनानाम इति एक विषयतायाम इति च प्रश्नस्य अकर्तव्यत्वात्. Okay, further what? We are saying that jnana is nirvishaya, means it can never be a vishaya, correct? When we say jnanam brahma, this jnanam brahma cannot become a vishaya for any vritti jnanam. In fact, it cannot become known. It is always, it is the swarupa of the knower itself. That's why it is jnanam. It is nirvishaya. It is aprameya and all that. The word aprameya is used even in Gita, correct? So, and it is only one. Ekameva advitiyam jnanam. So we are saying that. And towards us, you cannot say what samvedana nam. Many jnanam or many, they are taking vritik jnanam itself as jnanam. So they are saying that there are many jnanams. That you cannot say. So you cannot question us. Samvedana nam iti eka vishayatayam iti. You cannot say there are many jnanams and there is only one vishaya. How can you say that? In fact, if they say there is only one Vishya, it goes against their Siddhanta also. And we do not accept many jnanas. So you cannot ask such questions. Prashnasya akartavyat. You should not have asked such questions also, he is saying. But even then what? Apicha savikalpaka jnananam anekatvam asmabihi abhyupetam eva. But even then what? Okay, we also accept that savikalpaka jnana is aneka, but that is all only in the vyavahara. Understand that? So vyavaharika satyatvam is fine. Vyavaharik, in the vyavahara, we accept Veda, we accept many cognitions, etc. But nirvikalpaka jnanasya eva anekatvam na abhyupetam. But we don't accept anekatvam in the nirvikalpaka jnana. Nirvikalpaka jnana is always of the same nature, of the same form. There is no nanatvam or anything in that. Okay. And that nirvikalpaka jnanam again, you can take it as a vritti, which is the Akhandakara vritti, which reveals the nature of Brahman, or if you take it as Brahman, the entity itself, Jnanam, that is the Swarupa Jnana. There again, there cannot be any Nanatvam. The Shruti itself declares that there is no Nanatvam there. Okay. So when we say Nirvikalpaka Jnanam, it can be Swarupa Jnanam, or it can be the Akhandakara vritti. Okay. So here, but in both cases, there is no Nanatvam. Anekatvam and all we don't accept. Okay, Shabda Sparsha Jnanani cha Savikalpakani eva iti na kopi doshaha iti, but this Sabda Sparsha etc., all these different things which you cognize, they are all only Savikalpaka, they are not Nirvikalpaka Jnanam. So we do not have any dosha or defect by accepting that. Okay, further what? Yaduktam Ramanujena Nirvishesha Sanmatrasya Pratyakshenaiva Grahane तद विषय आगमस्य प्राप्त विषयत्वेन अनुवादकत्वम् एव स्यादिति तदसत्. Okay, another objection which the Dvaitins are raising is that this, if you say that Pratyaksha itself reveals the Sanmatra, Nirvikalpaka Sanmatra, then why do you even require Shruti? Shruti will become useless, or even if Shruti is revealing the same thing, it will be restatement, correct? Shruti is only repeating the same thing. It is a restatement. So it will become an anuvada. Like this, they are raising an objection that whatever in your Siddhanta, if we accept, Shruti will become Vyartha, it will become useless. Now, this also is not correct. Tad asat. Why? What we say is this. Pratyakshena eva ityasya ko arthaha. So you are saying, you are also saying that by Pratyaksha, correct? He is saying what? Pratyakshena eva is said here. Now, what do you mean by this Pratyakshena eva? We are asking. Pratyakshena eva ityasya ko artha. What is the artha? Kim indriyartha sannikarsha janya jnanena iti. So are you saying this Pratyaksha is the indriyartha janya jnana itself? Okay. The phalabhuta jnanam. The cognition which results due to the contact of the indriya and the vishaya. Or yadva Pratyaksha pramana indriyenena iti, or you are meaning by Pratyaksha the indriya itself, because Pratyaksha is a pramana when we say, many times the chakshus itself is taken as a pramana, correct? The indriya itself is a pramana. Or you are talking about what? Antakarana vritti rupa pratyaksha pramanena, or the vritti which is produced by the indriya in the mind. What do you mean by this pratyakshena eva? When you say that pratyaksha word, what does it mean? Because many times, again, lot of confusion is there, because two people are using the same word with different meanings, and then you are fighting. First you agree which meaning you are giving, then we can discuss the merits and demerits of that meaning, correct? So first he is now saying these three possibilities are there. What do you say? Now we say that you cannot give the first meaning. Indriyartha sannikarsha janya jnana, you cannot say. Why? Na adyaha, why? Tasya phalabhuta jnanatvena. Okay. Vishaya grahakatva yogat. So, since it is the phalabhuta jnana, it cannot make Brahman as a Vishaya. Brahman is anyway Avishaya, Aprameya. Okay, all these things we are saying. So the Indriya cannot go and make contact with Brahman and reveal Brahman as an object. So Vishaya Grahakatva Ayogat. Brahman does not have Vishaya Grahakatva Yogya. Therefore, Phalabhuta Jnana, it cannot be, it can never be known as this. So anything which you are knowing as this or this is cannot be Brahman. Okay. Then Nad Dvitiyaha. The second one, you cannot say that Pratyaksha itself is Indriya. Okay. And again, Indriya, Brahman is not any Indriya, and it can also not be revealed as an object of any Indriya also. Atindriyatvat Brahmanaha. And third is what? Third is okay. In fact, that's what we are trying to push them into. Vritti hetu sa kim antakarana vrittihi chakshuradi indriya dwara nirgata uta anirgata. Okay, now if you come to the third option, that okay, we also agree that pratyaksha also is nothing but the vritti which is created in the mind. Okay. Now, that vritti itself is created by an indriya or not by an indriya. Correct? Chakshuradi indriya dwara nirgata uta anirgata. It has come there. That indriya has got created there due to the operation of an indriya or not. Now it cannot be due to an indriya visaya. Na adyaha. Why? Tatha vidavritya rupadi upahitam satvatveva grahyate natu sanmatram iti. So what we say is that the Indriya is always revealing only the conditioned existence. Right? Like even the part space, when we say the part space is revealed, even the space also it is like that. That's why, in fact, Bhashyakara says space is really a pratyeksha. In the our Adhyasa Bhashya itself, space is called as apratyaksha. It is not really pratyaksha, but the part space you can see, correct? Part space because it is upahita akasha. So like that here also, rupadi upahita means that which is conditioned by rupa, etc. That sadvastu alone is revealed by the indriya. It is not revealing sanmatra vastu. Okay. Dvitiye. The other option, if you say that the sanmatra vritti is produced but not by indriya, then that is ishta for us. Okay. So dvitiye tu anirgata. Okay. Anirvishesha Brahmakara. It should be Anirgata Nirvishesha only, I think, not Anirvishesha. But there is one more Akara is there. Anyway, Anirgata Nirvishesha Brahmakara Savritihi Agameneva Agamenayeva Utpadya Idi. Okay, Anirgata we can take because the Vritti is feminine. Okay, Anirgata Nirvishesha Brahmakara Savritihi Agamena eva utpadya iti na agamasya vayarthyam iti. So what we are saying, if it is the Brahmakara nirvishesha vritti in the mind, that cannot come from Indriya Vyapara, that can come only from the Shruti Vakyas, it can only come from the Shruti, and therefore Agama is not useless. In fact, Agama only has to give us this Nirvikalpaka Jnanam about the Brahma Swarupam. So the Akhandakara Vritti is produced by the Agama, and through that only this moksha also is attained. Therefore, Agama is not useless. Agama is very much useful for that. Okay. Now, anyway, we have to clarify what he is now saying. Yacha uktam sanmatra brahmanaha pratyaksha vishayatve prameya bhava apatya jadatvaadayaha syuhu iti tvaya eva uktam iti. Ramanujena tadapi asati. Okay. Further, what Ramanuja is saying is, if the Sanmatra Brahman becomes the Vishaya of Pratyaksha, then what Prameya Bhava Apatti will be there. It will become a Prameya, it will become a known object. And if anything is known, means we say that whatever is known is other than Chaitanyam, correct? It is all Jada. So Jadatvadayaha Syuhu, it will become Jada, etc. Jadam, Anityam, all these things will come there. In fact, Ramanuja is saying, you only said that. You only, in fact, they don't accept it, I think. So Ramanuja is saying, you only said that if it becomes a Prameya, then it will become Jada. But you are only saying the Sanmatra Brahman is a Pratyaksha Vishaya. How can these two things go together? That is their question. But that is also not correct. Why? Vritti Pratiphalita Chidabhasa Lakshana Phala Vyapyatvam Eva Prameyatvam. So even when we say this Sanmatra Brahman, in fact, their objection is that even in Akhandakara Vritti, how can you say that Brahman is revealed by Pratyaksha? If we accept that as a Pratyaksha, what our Aparoksha Jnanam we say. Okay, this Aparoksha Jnanam is produced by Shruti. Aparoksha means another way of saying Pratyaksha means it is also direct knowledge. When the words are revealing it. Because whatever is already in your Anubhava, but you still don't know about it, the words can make it reveal, or words can reveal directly about it. Correct? The words produce a direct cognition of whatever is already Anubhava Siddha. No, Atma, nobody can deny that we don't have Atma Anubhava. Correct? Atma is the only thing which we are all the time experiencing. Therefore, what we say that the Pratyaksha, the knowledge which is produced by the Shruti also is like Pratyaksha Jnanam in the sense that it is direct knowledge. That's why it is said, yes, Sakshat Aparokshat Brahma. Like that also the Shruti is saying, Brahman is Sakshat Aparoksha. So, that knowledge itself should not be possible, is their argument. Because if you say that Brahman is known, then again you are going against your own whatever you have said, correct? That then Brahman will become the known. If it is the known, it will become Jada. No, that argument is not correct. Why we are saying pratipalita chidabhasa lakshana phala vyapyatvam vyeva prameyatvam. So now we are defining what is prameyatva. Okay. So generally the prameya means the vritti has to be there. The vritti vyapyam we say. See how we define our knowledge itself we have to understand. Whenever the pratyaksha jnana takes place, what uh, what we are saying is this pratyaksha means the indriya has to go out and take the form of that particular vishaya. That is the manovritti we say. So when that happens, the Vishayakara Chaitanya or the Vishaya Avachinna Chaitanya and Vritti Avachinna Chaitanya become one and the same. That is what is called Vritti Vyapti. But the Vritti Vyapti alone will not make you know it as an object. Then there is something called Phala Vyapti also. Okay, the Phala Vyapti is the Chaitanya getting manifest in that Vritti and making it known as an object. So these are the two things here. You can see Vritti Pratipalita Chidabhasa Lakshana Phalavyapyatvam. So the Vritti Pratipalita is the Vritti Vyapti. Then the Chidabhasa, the manifestation of consciousness, correct? Or we have to say Chit Pratibimba also you can say. The consciousness appearing there or reflecting there, whichever makes sense to you, is then that makes it known as an object. That is the Phalavyapti, we say. That is the Phalavyapyatvam. That alone is Prameyatva, we say. But the Vritti Vyapyatvam alone is not Prameyatvam. So in the case of the Akhandakara Vritti, the Vritti alone is there. But you cannot know yourself as an object of your own knowledge, correct? So you are not objectifying yourself. Basically, the vritti is still required to, uh, to actually destroy the ignorance. Because when the vritti vyapti happens, the ignorance is gone. When the phala vyapti happens, you know it as this, as an object of knowledge. But in the case of akhandakara vritti, we say there is only vritti vyapti, but nobody knows themselves as this, correct? This as an object of your own knowledge, you cannot know yourself. And you need not know because you are self-revealing anyway. That is the point here. That which is self-revealing, which is Swayam Jyotihi, that need not be revealed as an object. In fact, one's own existence one need not establish. That being the case, only the wrong notion about yourself has to go away, which is ignorance. So that ignorance goes by the vritti vyapti. So with the vritti vyapti, what happens? The mind now reflects the reality of yourself, basically. It is of the form where otherwise, whatever is happening through the mind is only distorting your own reality, correct? So, when the consciousness which appears in the mind is taken as a localized consciousness, all the problem starts with that. That I am a knower, then there is a known object other than me. All these things go away, and in the mind, the understanding is there very clearly that all these things are not real. I am this, whatever, the limitless conscious being, that is my very nature. Everything which appears in this, including the subject object division, is all only mithya. It has no reality. So that is the vritti vyapti we are talking about. By that vritti vyapti, you cannot say that Brahman has become a prameya. That's why we are saying na vritti vyapyam alone will not make Brahman prameya. So whatever we are saying is fine. Or what yadvakim vastutaha prameyatvam brahmanaha uta vyavaharataha. Or we can ask the other way also. The prameyatvam of Brahman is vastutaha or vyavaharataha. Now, in reality, there cannot be any prameyatvam in Brahman because vastutaha, na adyaha, vastutaha. Why? Vastutaha pramatrit pramana yoho eva abhava. In reality, there is no pramana or prameya itself or pramatri also. Subject, means of knowledge, etc. itself is not there. Therefore, the object of knowledge also is not real. Dvitiyaha kalpaha ishta eva. Otherwise, we say that in the vyavahara, Brahman is known. But then, once it is known, all this vyavahara is gone. Okay. So, you can say otherwise it is known in vyavahara. So, jagataha eva brahmani kalpitatvena pratham prameyatvasya kalpitatvam iti. That's what the entire jagat itself is kalpita or only appearing in Brahman means. Then what to say about the prameyatvam, etc. Prameyatvam also is kalpita only. So kalpita prameyatvam does not really affect us in any way. So therefore, whatever we are saying is correct. Okay. Tasmat brahmanaha prameyatva prayukta jadyadi prasangaha. Therefore, Brahman cannot have, due to being a prameya, it has become jada, etc. All that prasanga, whatever, that possibility is not there. Brahman is always Satyam Jnanam Anantam alone. So, this is a very important thing. So, Nanu Kena Kalpitam Brahmani Prame Vyatyadikam iti Ched Uktameva Ajnanena iti. So, now how can Brahman become Prameya? How did it? How did anybody imagine that, or how did it appear? This Prameyatam in Brahman means we already said it is due to Ajnana, correct? Everything is due to Ajnana only. So, Uktam, it is already said Uktameva Ajnanena iti. Okay, in this context, the Akasha, how it is apratyaksha, one question is being asked here. Means Akasha cannot be Chakshu pratyaksha, we say, because Chakshuhu only there has to be a rupa, correct? But Akasha is not having any rupa. So Chakshur Grahyam means it has to have a rupa. But Akasha being arupa, it is considered as apratyaksha only. But only when the Akasha itself is avachinna, then that Akasha we can say is cognized. Otherwise, Akasha by itself is apratyaksha. That's how it is considered. In fact, we discussed this already, I think, in one class. I even showed you the Ratna Prabha also. You can go and read in the Adhyasa Bhashya. Ratna Prabha or even Anandagiri is making it clear why in the Siddhanta we say that Akasha is apratyaksha, or we have to say Akasha is Sakshi Bhasya. Akasha is not, uh, it is not Pramana Pravritti cannot be there in Akasha. It is Sakshi Bhasya, we have to say. So that is one thing. The another thing which you have asked is what you are saying. Okay, four different abhava padartha. So we say we in fact the Advaitins we do not accept any Vishishta abhava. Understand that. The abhava in general, abhava means it is atyanta asat only is abhava, correct? The general abhava without any reference to anything. But as soon as you make a reference to something, the pratiyogi, anuyogi and all will come then. Then abhava is not really abhava. Understand that. Once you give any visheshana to it, if you say cloth has part abhava, in fact the Nayayika says, in fact this point will come even later again. We'll discuss that, but briefly I'll tell you. Why we say all abhava are really bhava only. Bhashyakara makes it very clear in the Ghata Bhashya. There is no abhava. Once you put a visheshana to that, once you qualify non-existence with something like pot non-existence is there in cloth. In pot non-existence is really cloth rupa, correct? Therefore, it is bhava rupa only. Because as soon as you say pot non-existence, that non-existence is qualified by pot itself, and that has to be there in the form of something. Even the ghata pragabhava you say, but where it is there means it is in clay only. So the ghata pragabhava is in the form of clay. Ghata pradvamsa bhava, after destroying the ghata, again it is there in the form of shards. So like this, and anyonya bhava, like pot is not in cloth is not in pot, also is in the bhava padartha only. All kinds of abhava, once you qualify it, and make in fact different types and all, if you talk about it, it is no more really abhava, it is bhava rupa only. That is the siddhanta. Okay. So this we will again discuss later, even in this, in couple of more paragraphs later, it will come, I think. So we'll see that. So the rest of the things we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद।
Om.